Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and welcome to 6 games I played so you don't have to. These are 6 games that I'm not particularly a big fan of, and so I'm telling you about them, kind of in a brief summary of the different games. As always when I do these, though, I'm wrong about a few of them. I know this because people come in and tell me in the comments, which is legit. If you think I'm completely off basis with some of these, then let other people know, and that's good, because we want to have discourse about these, and if you think they're fantastic, then other people might want to check them out. So here's the 6 games. I'm going to start with 2 that I was like, I didn't like them, but I felt like they had potential, and then 4 that I think are just straight trash. So first we have Donkey Valley. Man, I wanted to like this game. This game, you have a donkey out there in the middle of the table. You turn over a donkey each round. Donkey is a certain load. Everyone places cards down. Then you have the ability to everyone to use a special ability. You then reveal the cards you place down. Then you have to guess whether you think the donkey will be overloaded or just enough stuff. Then you reveal. You use special abilities. You see if the donkey goes over or not. If it doesn't go over, the card that you played, you get to keep as points. So the higher the card, the better. Of course, it might make it overload. If it does overload and you said it would overload, then you get a random card. It's an interesting concept. There's like twice as many rules as need to be in, unfortunately. I had to look up every donkey to see what the special ability is. Everyone has these special ability cards that you can use, but if you use them as a special ability, you don't use them as a card. It's just kind of a wonky thing. Then if you say the donkey's going to overload, there's just too many steps, too much stuff for a really, really simple game. I really wanted to like this one. I think there's a lot of cool ideas, but it's just a little too much. 5 out of 10. I like heraldry a lot. I don't have a Vasel heraldry because the Vasel's kind of a made-up name. But the person who designed this game here, Blazon, Dave Conklin, with really great artwork from Ian O'Toole, they also like heraldry because that's what this game is. You are building a heraldry thing in front of you. You're putting out different cards, and you're going to get points based on what you put out, and you're drafting and things like that. The problem is this game is so slavishly adherent to actual heraldry, it does it at cost of the game. There's so many restrictions. You take this card, but this card can only go in these 2 spots. Why in only those 2 spots? Because game. The top 3 spots have different cards. Why? Because game. And there's a lot of that in here. There's a lot of like this there. Cards slide up or down. If their ball slid up, then it can't go down. And these are all rules that seem to be put in there for a game, but none of these rules make the game more fun. And in essence, when it's done, you build your thing, you collect these cards, you build it, and someone ends the game, and then you score points, and you're like, There's a lot of games out there, points out and things where you're collecting sets of cards, but they're quick, smooth, and fun. This is neither smooth nor fun, really, because of that. I like the idea, and it's obvious that the person who did this really cares about how these heraldry things look. They put things in here. This is 25th century. It's great component quality and everything, but this is a game that I really don't think is going to get a lot of buzz at all because it just isn't interesting to play. It's an interesting theme. There's a lot of love put into it, but it's another 5 out of 10. All right, Treasure Hunt here. This is a kid's game, which is a treasure chest that you're going to have to put a key in, and when a key goes in, it's going to burst open, and you're going to get all kinds of goodies that come out of this chest. I'm trying to open it here. So I can... Yeah. So this game it's a nice looking rule book. It has these coins and the opening the chest, because what the chest is you're going to stick this key in here and you'll turn it and then the chest will open and the coins will come out. That's cool. But this game requires you to put cubes in. You're going to get a card and you're going to put cubes into these little keys one at a time like this. Actually, I'm sorry, they're going the other way. The problem is this game is physically broken because if a cube turns diagonally like this, it gets stuck and you have a hard time taking it out either way. How this passed playtesting is beyond me, but that actually breaks the game. You say, well, then you need to be careful when you put them in. This game is made for kids. So when a kid puts one in, yes, see, that one fell in nicely. That one fell in nicely. That one fell in nicely, but it doesn't take much, and I've seen it happen in every time, every round. Someone puts one in and it goes in diagonally, and then it all jams up. Because of that, I have to give this a 2 out of 10. It's literally broken and not playable with kids. So, All right, Sbam. I have no idea what this game is about. I mean, I know it's about luchador wrestling or regular wrestling. I'm not sure. I'm giving this a 2 because I like the artwork. But, oh my word, you just play cards as fast as you can. There is no strategy to this game. And then you have to sit there and figure out, oh, we played the same cards, so they're gone. Well, you canceled blue. You made blue better. And then who has the most of each card? What on earth? It's a complicated scoring method, a very complicated scoring method, when you literally are just playing cards as fast as you can on both sides. No strategy, nothing. This game is terrible. Lucktails. Man, I really want to like a game from Loosey Goosey. They have interesting ideas. They did Bag of Butts. I think that's kind of a funny name. Lucktails, I think it's a funny name. This is a game where you are bidding on stuff, and you are trying to bid and, win some points. But I'm telling you, at the end of the day, nothing you do really matters. You know some information, not helpful. It has the most convoluted, idiotic bidding system I've ever seen, where you can raise the bid by 1 or 2, but the amount you're actually bidding for points doesn't match your bid. It's done by a chart. Oh, this is just a mess. It's a big mess, unfortunately. 3 out of 10. And then finally, Actually. So Actually is a trivia game that's based on a party game show about Actually. That very annoying thing that people do, and I've done it myself, where someone will say something and you're like, well, actually, Spider-Man came out in this so-and-so year. You pedantically correct people. Apparently, it's a very funny TV show. I've not seen it. Some people who watched us play it said, you need to watch the show to enjoy this game. Balderdash. And I'm not talking about the game. A game needs to be good based on its own. I don't think games based on TV shows work very well. There's a reason we don't have Jeopardy the board game in the library and Wheel of Fortune in the library. They just don't work well as board games. And this one doesn't either. In this one, bad production quality, by the way. Really small cards. You're supposed to randomly draw cards from different decks and put them in without looking at it, which is almost impossible to do. But then you pull it, you read a wall of text, everybody, and someone has to just shout out, Actually, and correct the pedantically small thing in there. Trivia games are already a pain in the neck. Trivia games are games that people don't like. So people like takes on trivia games. Wits and Wagers is a nice take on a trivia game because you don't have to necessarily know the answer, you just have to be close. In Actually, you have to know not only the answer, but a pedantically small, weird detail about it. And I'm a nerd. I like the topics in this game of video games and comics and things like that. And I really, really dislike this one. This one I'm giving a 2 out of 10 to. So there you go, folks. That's 6 games I played so you don't have to. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Tom Vasel, and this has been the Dice Tower.